Hello, Marvel Hero players. This is patch 2.1. A couple days here before Christmas. Give us a lot of goodies here. We've got a pack coming up. Can't wait. Got some nice characters here we're going to be able to use. But yeah, this is the updated Hulk Smash build for the patch 2.1 that just popped. As you see, I have a Santa costume on the Hulk, which, oh, I've been waiting for that. It looks so awesome. Look at that. Little Santa pants and a Santa hat. It's awesome. And that's easy to get. What you do is go into your profile on marvelheroes.com and you go to the redeem code section and you type in Hulk loves holidays, just like this. Hulk, oops, no space, loves holidays, just like that. Click redeem, and when you sign on, you got this lovely costume. Bam. Swap your effects over from your crafter, from your other costume, pop it on. There you go. You got a Christmas Hulk. If you've seen my past videos, you know I've had these uniques here for a while. But I finally found the fourth piece right here, which is very nice. It's better than what I was using when those transformations wasn't working too well. I popped this on and wow, what a difference. What a difference it's been making. Just in survivability and damage wise. Okay, and the newest thing for the patch for the Hulk is right here on this unique. The last two stats used to be Hulk Mad and World Breaker. World Breaker was one of the main passive skills that we were using for this build because it was integrated with the leaps, Earthquake, and Avalanche. Whenever you came down with one of those, World Breaker would leave a puddle of damage under you. Well, they took that passive away and they added one of its perks here to Avalanche Leap, where it says Tremor Damage. That used to be on World Breaker. Now, they did that, but they also raised the damage of the both leaps that we use. As you can see, it's 34k. And here's 27k. So that was one of the main differences of this build, was that we lost that skill completely, but we got one of its effects added to a normal skill we used anyway. The only thing is it doesn't work with this. As you see, there's no tremors underneath his body. Slam with this one, now you see the tremors. Okay, and I also finally got my legendary. Finally accumulated 300 Odin mark and got my legendary. So it is currently rank 2, and it's going on to rank 3 here shortly. And then we have the Relic of Lemuria, which has a life leech. That's why I use it the most, because of that life leech. Whenever I deal damage, I got life. Can't beat that. Power Prism Shard, artifact, that's what I'm using for the radius area powers, and the critical for the radius area powers, and the reduction. Here's Nutso the Squirrel. Whenever you use this artifact, you get this little pet here. Nutso the Squirrel, I guess his name is. And he doesn't do anything. He doesn't like, you know, bring aggro. Doesn't give you any auras. But as you defeat enemies, he drops acorns that you pick up. And the acorns that you pick up, you can vend them off for credits, or you can donate them to a vendor of your choice to level them up. Here we have Dr. Octopus Medallion, again because of the radius area power and the critical to the radius area power. and then some damage. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to boost my range up on these powers here. Without those, you would see those circles get a lot smaller. Here, I'll show you just so you see a difference. We'll go by here. The circle goes all the way up to the stash up there on the top right. Now watch, I'll pull off the medallion first. Look how much smaller it is. Now it's way in front of the stash spot up there. We'll pull off this one. And look at that. We're pulled in even closer. So that's why I use those. Because now look at that range. And it also helps on the pull when you're pulling everything into you. That's the distance from things will pull to you. And then right here I have a 0 gen crystal, mostly for the speed, the movement, and the attack. And I mean, that brutal strike bonus is always lovely with that damage. And we have an edge of affinity. Same thing. Damage, crit rating, brutal strike rating. It's all, you know, beefy damage. That's what we want. And that's about it for the gear. Let's show you the skills. Maxed out Furious Punch. Even though it is the same speed as the other ones, I like Furious Punch. I don't know why. Maybe it's the gain additional anger with each hit. I think I like that the most, because then I can just keep slamming that Unbridled Rampage faster and faster. Here with the Hulk Tough passive, this used to be a skill we used to pop down here, but now it's a passive, which, you know, I don't mind. That's less buttons I have to press. I maxed that out, and as I showed you before, there's the Hulk Fast. Again, 28 from that unique item that I have. It's another passive. This is Hulk Mad. That used to be a skill we used to pop, now it's a passive. And I have nothing into that as well. I'm letting the gear give me those boosts right there. Even if I added any points into it, they would not go up any further. Here I maxed out Unbridled Rampage. And because of the boost from my gear, it's actually giving me a decent amount of extra points here on that. Get Angry. Get Angry is a really good skill to be using. I mean, it's got the regen for life. Enough said right there. Life, it gives you life. So I mean, you don't have to max it out, because the only thing that goes up every time you put a point in it is generate anger. And using Ferocious Punch generates a decent amount of anger, and then you pop that, you don't really need that much in there. And then, let's see, right here, this is Avalanche Leap, our main right click skill. That's how you get around. You see some monsters in the distance, you pop off Get Angry, and you Avalanche Leap right to the pile. Once you Avalanche Leap right to the pile, that'll fill up your anger bar. You hit Unbridled Rampage, and you stomp down with the Earthquake Leap. I maxed both of these because they're pretty much the highest damage he does, as you can see here. I put 10 points into Hulk Free, just to bring up the crowd control duration a little bit. That works with stuns and any kind of immobile skills that are put on you, or effects. So, you know, confusion, all of that. Pop that right here, G, and you're out of it. Back to being Crazy Hulk. I have 10 points in Demolishing Charge. It was a skill that I wasn't using on the previous build, but now they amp the damage just a bit and give this knockdown duration. I mean, now it's actually worth using, so I popped 10 points into that. And that's about it. I mean, there's all the skills explained, why I use them, how many points to put in them. There's the gear that I'm using, why I'm using it. This Casket of Winter's legendary, I'm using that. Like I said, the Snowstorm. I want to see how good that procs, how many times it comes up on the screen when I'm doing this AoE dance. Like this. Now all of those are hits, so that has a 2% chance on hit to create a snowstorm. So 2% out of all of those hits constantly going. I believe that snowstorm should show up quite often. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see. That's what my goal is. I'm trying to, you know, make it so everything is nice and slow and it just keeps standing in my damage as I suck it in and into the vortex of pain. Alright, that's everything. So, enough of my talking. Let me show you what this build does in the game. Happy holidays to those of you out there. This is MrShhh. Peace.